So I'm going to do the front brakes of the 2015 Ford Kuga. First of all, come in, you want to slacken the wheel nuts off the 19mm socket. Here, this is the locking wheel nut tools, quite an unusual one, but you'll have one of those hopefully in your glove box. I usually completely undo the locking wheel nut and then just slacken these off, and then you'll want to jack the car up and support it. I was jacked up, I've got it supported and I left it on the jack as well. Got the wheel nuts off, sometimes it's a bit tough to get off. Shouldn't usually be too tough, but sometimes you need to kind of hoik it off a bit. Donkey kick. Donkey. Oh, yeah. It's the first time this wheel's come off because I had to get underneath and kick the thing off, so it was pretty tight on there. Must have been a bit of corrosion between the alloy and the disc. Either way, first of all, there doesn't seem to be anything locking on here. Sometimes there's like a dowel or something, or a little Allen to hold this on. There's not, so that should be loose. Well, it's going to be probably rusted on as well. But the first thing I need to do is undo the caliper, and I'm going to do that by coming back here. This is to take the pads out, and then these bigger bolts down here are going to be to undo the caliper from the hub. So take the spring clip out. First thing to do is shove a big flathead screwdriver in there, pull it back, and you can kind of pull it out, and that's how it comes out. Maybe a bit better than that usually, but there you go, it's out. And then you can take these little caps off the back here. You just kind of off the back here, and then behind those you've got a 7mm Allen. So I'm just going to put this on to undo, shock them off, and then do the same. There's another one that's identical down here, shouldn't be tight. And I'm going to undo those and fully take them out. Undone these bolts here, and then I can just come and screwdriver and just pry a little bit down below. You can see the caliper walking off. There we go. Okay. And that's it. You can take the old pads out. It should just be a matter of plucking them towards you. See, it's got that clip that holds it in. And this one, probably just have to tap that away, I'm guessing. So I'll just do that. Yeah, just a bit stuck. So that's there, and then I can just use a bungee cord and then bungee that to there and show you what it looks like. Put the bungee up here. That's just so I don't put any tension on the flexi line. I'm not reusing the disc, so it's okay. And see, it's loose. It needs to be loose so you can get it off, but it's good to have this in place so it doesn't fly off and hit you. And then I'm going to come in here, I think, check the sizing. I think it might be a 17 or 18. These are the two 18mm bolts I'm just taking out. So relieve this, and then I can take off the actual disc. Just removing the protective layer with some brake cleaner, and it just they put some layer on. I don't know if these ones have it, but quite a few of them do. The discs have a protective layer for transport so they don't go rusty. These have actually got some quite clever paint on them, but I always like to give the braking surface a quick wipe round with some brake cleaner. So that's now off, and I can take this disc off as I've tapped it loose. The tool, I've got it in place. You just need to select a pad to go on here, and you're just trying to force this back in here. Some people say you could do it with a screwdriver and whatever, and you know, just a bit of force, but if you've got the tool you may as well use it. So all you do is, you see I'm going anti-clockwise in this, and what will happen is it will just push this back. On older cars I would put some silicone spray on the rubber, but this is really quite a new car, so I don't really need that. And you see how it's just kind of pushing it in. You want to go right the way back till it seats. I've just got an adjustable spanner here on it. And then lock it out. Then you can just give it the other way, drop through in your jumper, and then that's it. It's fully home. Pop it back out the way again, and install the disc. About ready to build everything back up. We've got, as I showed you before, the caliper pushed back. We have got the disc on and cleaned with a brake cleaner, and we've got to first of all put this bracket back in, so it will slot back in here, and then it's got two of these 18mm headed bolts that go through here like that, and another one there like that, and then just come in and do both those up. Pad going in, just put it like that for now, and then undo the caliper from your bungees, and you of course put it this way in, so now like that, and then this just back in there like this, like that, and then get your 7mm bolts in like this. So you first got to line them up, and you can just do this one up here, and then do the lower one. I'll show you what that looks like. So I've done those up with the little 7mm Allen key. For the top one, because of where this sits in here, you have to kind of use an extension to get on top of it. So like that gets you into there. And then just don't forget to put these little caps on, stop the water getting in. There's one there and there's one below. So that's all done. Then we have this little clip, so like that, and there we go. Just make sure that's on there, and make sure you clean any of your paw marks off the disc. And that is that. And just put the wheel back on it now and put it back on the deck.